everybody, it is Amber Kivett. I'm here ready to share with you how I use these massage guns to help with relieving my fibromyalgia pain. So today is a strong fibromyalgia pain kind of a day because it's raining and I've been working crazy hours, which is a good thing. But a lot of people don't realize that I suffer from fibromyalgia. It started from a traumatic car accident back in 2005. And so I deal with pain, not all the time, but occasionally when the weather starts to shift a little bit and I can't keep up. So if the barometric pressure changes and it rains a lot, my body aches a lot more. And today is one of those days where I'm really achy. So I'm gonna show you just a few tips and tricks. This is the LIFEPRO DYNAMINI, and it's really cool because you can actually travel with it. Comes in this little bitty case that you can actually carry along in my handbag. But anyhow, and it's super quiet. So if you work in an office setting, it's really quiet. So I'm just gonna start off, this is in a very low setting and it's got a little wrist strap. I'm just going to start off because I'm carrying so much tension today in my neck and shoulders and it really hurts. This feels really good. So this is when I don't have somebody to work on me, this is what I do for myself. Is just going through these neck muscles little by little. And for those of you that if this ball is way too big for your body, way too intense, then it comes with this little itty bitty bullet tip point. And so you can also use that. I'm actually gonna try this because this is almost too much energy for me, too much energy for my liking. But for a lot of people, they like the harder the better. Yeah, so there's how small that little guy is, but it has, oh, there we go. That's much better. So with the little bitty tip, it has a little silicone tip on it. With the small tip, you can get in between a lot of these itty bitty little neck muscles. And you can create instant relief without having a therapist working on you. So I'm working in little circles over these knots. Again, because of how I slept last night, I'm really sore. Stay with me here. I want to show you on my awesome anatomy model, as I'm working myself here, I'm going to show you guys exactly just how much musculature is involved in your neck and shoulders, because a lot of people don't realize how much is really going on there. So if I move that to the side, I can get more of what's referred to as the scalenes, and the scalenes are like these curtain muscles, and they can pack a real punch when you least expect it. I don't use the massage gun anywhere near the front of my neck because of all the vessels that run through there. And again, I'm not pushing hard. I'm just going really light. Cross my shoulder on the front, the clavicle. So a lot of people are really forward in. So if you can work right here across the front, okay, close to the armpit. I'm getting really close to the armpit. That's where a lot of our shoulder neck problems come from because of how our body is so rolled in all the time. So if you can get, and again, I'm just using the same arm here, just using my wrist and keeping the device strapped on. And I'm just going back and forth, up and down in a different fanning pattern. But as we are, I show you this, my little muscle man here. So this is just to give you some perspective here. Okay, so I'm going to show you this little anatomy chart. You can see just how much muscle we have going on there near the neck region. That's really deep muscle. And as I'm going to continue to add layers here, so there's another layer. So we have more and more, and if I turn the body here, we have a lot of stuff that can create a lot of tension that we are not expecting. And we just add even more. So there's more and more layers. And we haven't even added the big gun yet. There's the big gun. This is the upper trap, and a lot of you who have a lot of pain up in here, it is part of this, but it's usually these little ones underneath that are really causing you some cumbersome headaches and neck tension and a lot of pain through there. So if you can work any of these using your own device at home. It helps. On the front of Mr. Muscle Man here, so we have all those little muscles around near the base of the neck, and those can get really mean after a while. And then when I start adding this muscle right here that's highlighted in yellow, that is referred to as your pec minor. And when the pec minor gets tight, it actually rolls the shoulder forward, which places more tension on your neck. So if you can work on opening up your chest, if you sit at a desk a lot during the day, there's a lot of stuff there that makes things hurt. And then the other thing I want to share with you here, that is we are using this model to show you all the muscles that start in your neck. They actually attach down here above your low back as well into your pelvis. And so as I add more and more muscles, that region down here gets deeper and deeper with more discomfort until we get to where it's really hard to break through. So anywhere that there's red, use your tools and do your stretches. Anywhere that there's attachments, it's really hard to let go in those attachment points. So that's the little one. That's the DYNAMINI. The Sonic Plus, I like this one. It's got several different settings. It's got 8 different settings. Oh, I guess I have to turn it on first. That would help. Okay, so super quiet. This tip has what's called a dampener tip. And so, there we go. So this is actually gentler than this little one. This one packs a punch. I know it looks small. I think it's like 120 bucks, something like that on LIFEPRO.com. But this little guy is intense if you want it to be. It's only got 4 levels, but it doubles in intensity every time you go up a level. Whereas this one's got like 8 different intensities, 8 different settings. I use them all in case anybody wonders. I use all of my massage guns every day. On all of my clients, on myself, on my family. I loan them out to athletes to take with them on road trips so that when they come back home, that's easier for me to work on them. But again, right here in the pec minor and where the pec major attach right here into this little groove, just run your massage gun right there and just think about relaxing so that it'll let go. It feels so good. Sorry, I'm having a moment. It feels good. I don't do this to myself very often. I'm too busy working on everybody else. So I don't get this done to myself very often, whether it's me doing it or somebody else doing it. It feels good. Just enjoying this moment. The reason for a lot of fibromyalgia pain, so I have fibromyalgia, and a lot of fibromyalgia pain comes from miscommunication between the fascial connective tissue and the pain receptors in the brain. So people who have fibromyalgia really don't have anything wrong. It's just there is excess tension throughout the whole webbing of our connective tissue. Our connective tissue is just out of balance. So a lot of people, including myself, who have fibromyalgia, again, I'm using same side here as I'm talking. A lot of people who have fibromyalgia have really lumpy skin. And what I mean by that is if you were to take your hand and rub through like the thighs, on me especially, it feels like I have ginormous bubble wrap, and you're trying to break the little bubbles of the large bubble wrap in order to smooth it out, but it's very painful when you do that. But individuals with fibromyalgia have a lot more of that, and those are adhesions and kinks in your connective tissue. And when you have kinks and adhesions in your connective tissue, the connective tissue over your whole body moves different. And so you're more stiff and you have more tension on your pain receptors. So I'm having a hard time moving the gun, so I need to crank up the volume a bit. There we go. So again, on these, you're just trying to float. You're not trying to push hard. We're just floating, creating a little bit of release. And this feels so good. All the way down to my arms, because the fascia, actually, we've got several different lines. We've got 12. But as I'm moving everything down into my hands, I can feel this all the way up in my neck, because the connective tissue attaches at the fingers, and it actually originates. We've got 4 lines that originate up here in the neck and shoulders. I will post some pictures below this video when I'm done of what the fascia looks like from a webbing point, from a 3-dimensional microscopic view. It's kind of like having a really thick pair of pantyhose, but as the pantyhose become dehydrated, and as you have stretched out the pantyhose, let's say you get a run in your pantyhose, it only allows you to put on so much clear nail polish before the pantyhose run doesn't keep up any longer, and so you start getting runs in a lot of different areas. That's basically what happens with your connective tissue, especially with fibromyalgia. And fibromyalgia is stress-induced, so it was a traumatic car accident. I took 3 impacts, 8 spinal injuries, a head injury, and fibromyalgia was immediate. And I've had it ever since, but I don't suffer every day. In fact, I don't suffer most days. I'm gonna do this in my hand because this feels really good on the hands. That's how I got started with massage guns, was to keep my hands loose and keep them soft and comfortable when I'm working on everybody else. So, fibromyalgia usually comes on from stress. So if you keep stress under control, then the fibromyalgia symptoms are not as intense. The other thing with fibromyalgia is you have to stay moving. So for me, I've been doing, over the last week, a good, I don't even know how many clients I've seen in the last week. Well, just to give you some perspective, this last week, I had the 90th new person walk through my front door for treatment, for pain, instant pain relief. I'm known for instant pain relief. So for those of you who can imagine, can you imagine 90 people you've never met before walking into your house between now and like back in April? That's what I've been dealing with, which I love because I love being able to help them, and I love the business. But for each one of those individuals, I have to deliver energy in order for them to have relief, and I have to get that energy from somehow, from somewhere. And so if I don't do the workouts, if I don't get on the vibration platform, and if I don't move, then the energy goes down and I start absorbing their toxic energy. So that is what has happened over the last several days with the rain and me not making time for myself to move and getting the hormone pellet. I got a testosterone pellet yesterday. So body is just very, very resistant right now. But as long as you are mentally more resistant against your body than your body is against you, you can thrive. When you start crashing to your body as it's an excuse, oh, I'm gonna have a crappy day today because I feel like crap and my body hurts and it's raining and it's just a sucky day. Guess what? The rest of your day is gonna be sucky. So don't be sucky about yourself. I look at it this way. I am really sore today, but back in 2005 when I first suffered, I couldn't walk. It took me 2 years to walk up and down stairs again. I had to learn the whole process over again. I don't have any pain today, you guys. I don't have any spinal injuries. I don't have any aches and pains that debilitate me from moving on a regular basis. I have to keep everything in check, but I am completely pain-free, and I did it doing what doctors told me not to do. So I kept moving and got off the pills and, took care of my connective tissue, because your connective tissue is in control. But you can choose to let your stress and frustrations that you don't have control over consume you and your mindset. Or I just look at today like, okay, it's a rainy day. I know I'm going to be a little sore today. But hey, I can get out of bed. I can move. I'm not having to take medicine in order to feel pain relief. I don't have to go to the doctor to figure out if I have to have spine surgery today. Like, life is good. So we have to live that way, because as that tissue gets a little kinked, it also holds emotion. And so that tissue can hold emotion and pain 10 times greater than a nerve or a muscle. So if you think it, and if you believe it, you will be it. So I don't think about having fibromyalgia. I don't feel about having fibromyalgia. I just have it, and I recognize it from day to day, but I'm sharing with all of you today that I have it because so many people have it, and they're like, oh my gosh, my life sucks. Nobody understands. I have no chance. And that's how it started when I was first diagnosed, but that's not how it is now. And I had to seek counseling in order to learn how to rise above that. And now I counsel others and I do life coaching with others and how to rise above that. So it is possible. I feel great today. Today is a good day, even though I'm a sore, stiff day, but it's a good day in the grand scheme of my whole life of what I've had to go through in order to get here. Okay. Whew. Now I feel great. Okay, I see some questions here, and I gotta get going because I've got an appointment I have to tend to at 11. Let's see here. Okay, yes. So you can use, oh, very good. So you guys have questions about using the massage gun for plantar fasciitis? Yes. So this little guy is really good for that. I'm gonna make this very quick. I use massage guns on plantar fasciitis every day, and I've got a track record with plantar fasciitis of relieving pain instantly in one to 3 visits, completely, without orthotics, what have you. So get it on. I'm just running. This is the tip that's really good for plantar fasciitis as well because it's so small. But I'm just running up and down. Now the secret is if you can pull your big toe so that you're exposing the actual plantar fascia. The plantar fascia is what gives your body the ability to absorb energy from the ground and move forward. So you don't want to shut it down. You want to keep it going. But a lot of fibromyalgia actually comes from tightness and tension in the calf muscle. We do a lot of sitting, and when we sit a lot during the daytime, the calf muscle gets tight. And so when the calf muscle gets tight, it pulls at the bottom where it actually attaches. So the calf muscle starts up here, comes down, wraps around the bottom of the heel and into the great toe. In the grand scheme of things, that's not its origin and insertion, but that's kind of how it works with the whole connective tissue system working together. But just you can go in circles. Oh, this actually feels so good. I don't have plantar fasciitis, but it feels really good. So if you have plantar fasciitis, this will feel wonderful. So you can use the DYNAMINI. You can use the Sonic Plus. So with plantar fasciitis, it's a love-hate relationship. People either have a lot of sensitivity and a lot of pain with doing this, or that's absolute relief. So you just have to find your happy zone. But by pulling the big toe towards you and working on the bottom of the foot, you can really get to where that connective tissue is under tension. If you release the big toe and do more with a pointed or relaxed foot, you can actually go deeper into the bottom of the foot where all the tissue can get really tense. And if you go deeper, you can release it more. But that usually is a little more uncomfortable. So if you want to start with just pulling your toe and creating that stretch and just going on a gentle level, we're not kind of trying to grind. We're just using the intensity of the vibration to soften that connective tissue. The connective tissue in the fascia is really receptive to vibration. So that works really, really well. Now, if you have the ball tip, you gotta switch this little guy out, and we go to the ball tip. I got 3 minutes, and then I gotta be on a phone call. So we gotta get on it. You can just hold your leg up and just work up and down into the calf region, nice and slow. Okay? So you're gonna work up into the calves and down right above the ankle. Those areas are really high cause of plantar fasciitis. So, and again, you're not grinding in there really deep. You're just floating that tip back and forth and recognizing where it's really sore. And where it's really sore, you want to continue to focus on where it's sore because it means that connective tissue is kinked up in there. So that's a very quick version of how that you can use. If you can see my arm where I was massaging myself and everything is red, that's blood flow. That's good. So that's the beauty of using the massage guns for instant pain relief and for getting your tissue detoxing. So that redness is blood flow and some detox going on there because I'm itching as well, and I knew I needed that. So there you have it. So thank you all so much for watching. There's a discount code. If you want to order from LifePro Direct, you can use my discount code Amber10, and it'll give you extra money off the lowest sale price. And so if you want to get yourself one, I've got lots of videos elsewhere that you can follow to figure out how to work out your aches and pains using the different massage guns. So have a great day, and thank you all so much for watching. Bye.